Kia ora. Welcome again to the RebeccaAnneKnits YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Bex. I'm a knitter from Wellington in New Zealand, and this is my little corner of the internet where I love to share all about my knitting, sometimes crocheting, a little bit of spinning, basically all my fibre crafts that I get, that I love to do in my spare time. Thank you so much for joining me today, especially if you're new, and thank you to all the returning viewers. It is my 2-year YouTube channel anniversary today. Well, not today, it was actually on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, but this is the day that I have free time to record. So hooray, I have a little giveaway to do, and I'll talk about that at the end of the episode. So stick around, have a listen to what I've been up to, and then I'll chat about the giveaway at the end. So welcome. Let's have a wee chat about what I'm wearing, my finished objects, what I'm working on, and a couple of lovely little acquisitions. So obviously it's December, it's the beginning of summer here in New Zealand, and so I am wearing one of my summer knits today. This is a little tank top that I made a couple summers ago, 2 or 3 years ago I think now. It is made in Yeah Yarn, who's a New Zealand hand dyer. It's two separate yarns that are DK weight. There's this plain coloured one here, and it's the same base but different colourways. The variegated one, I can't tell you what they are, I'm sorry. I might have put it on my Ravelry page, but I didn't keep particularly good notes that wee while ago. But it is a alpaca and linen blend and a DK weight, and this was a test knit that I did for along RebeccaAnne, and I cannot remember the name of the design, but it is on my Ravelry page, so if you're interested in more details, have a look there. It's just basically a stock and stitch tank top with edges. It turned out quite large for me. I think partly to do with the linen and alpaca. It's really stretched quite a lot widthways. So it's kind of oversized, but I really enjoy it and it's very comfy. Perfect for the weather today. What else would I like to say before we get into it? It's December 2nd today, so woohoo, we have started Advent. I am opening up 2 different Advents this year. One that is a scrappy swap from my lovely online knitting friend Rachel, and Mama Wooling's marbled minis. I'm not going to show those on here because I am trying, it's only day 2, but I'm trying to do like a daily little Instagram story / YouTube short of me opening my Advents and what my knit outfit is for the day. And I have a little bit of an obsession with Christmas earrings. Today I have these beautiful snowflakey ones, because I kind of thought they went with the icy blue. Anyway, so I'm just doing a little short update on those throughout December. So if you want to follow along with my Advent opening and my knit outfits and my Christmas earrings, feel free to follow me on Instagram or here on YouTube. I'll put shorts up. I'm RebeccaAnneKnits everywhere. So easy enough to find. Finished objects, guys. I have a really big finished object that I'm so excited that is done and that I can talk about. It's my Hoolie Blanket. If you've been here before, you would have heard me talk about this many times. Oh, I meant to say, I could not find my microphone anywhere today. So I'm trying to speak up and I hope that the sound quality is okay. I'm really sorry if it's quieter than usual. I have no idea where it's ended up going. I'll have to go on a hunt for it before my next episode. But back to the FOs. I'll try and talk loud and look at the camera. Sorry guys, but it's just what it is. This is my Hoolie Blanket. Look at this in all its glory. You're not going to be able to see the whole thing in the shot. So I will put in some B-roll, or probably just a picture because I don't really do B-roll. This is my Hoolie Blanket. It is a test knit for the Crayabea. This pattern is coming out this December. Well, maybe it's actually January because it's due, the test knit's due to be finished by Christmas Day. It is this beautiful garter stitch blanket that you make in these wiggly lines, zigzaggy stripes. You won't be able to hear anything if I hide behind the blanket. And there is multiple methods of making it. There's a join as you go method. I've used a crochet join to join mine, but you can also mattress stitch it together. So this is the front side where I have the obvious crochet join, and then on the other side it just looks like you've sewn them together. So that's really quite cool. Looks beautiful both sides since it's garter stitch. I used for this a winter solstice advent set from Mama Willing. It was based on gemstones. It was like gothic gemstones or something like that for the theme. And I've ended up doing 17 strips. I made 18, but one of them, I don't know what I did, but it would not fit when I tried to connect it in. So it's either I got the stitch counts wrong somewhere along the line and it doesn't match up. So I just excluded that one. It was kind of another neutrally colour in here. But so I've used 17, and I used the entirety of the 20 gram mini held together with a strand of DK weight brushed merino from Ashford's, which I don't have handy to show you what it's like on its own, but you can see it's just an undyed, really fluffy brushed merino, and I held that throughout, and I used 5mm needles, and this is how wide it got with the 80 meters that came on a 20 gram mini skein. So I just made them as long as I could. It was 12 repeats, and then did that throughout. Yeah, and then I did the crochet join to join them all together, and then I just added a single crochet border around the edge. I held that Ashford's brush merino double and just did that around the edge because I thought that just made it look much more finished with the obvious, you know, with the distinctive joins in between. So yeah, so exciting that it's done. The pattern will be coming out sometime over the holiday period. There are options for the baby blanket size, a lap blanket size, a full-sized blanket size. There's also different stitch counts for different widths of stripe. I did the smallest stitch count, but it's written for DK weight yarn, and mine is heavier than DK by the time I held the Ashfords and the fingering together. So mine's wider than it would have been for the stitch count. But it's such a flexible pattern, the world is your oyster in terms of how you adapt it and what size blanket you make. So yeah, I am so stoked to have this off the needles. I cast this on, I looked it up today, the 1st of July, and I cast it off on the 1st of December. So that's kind of nice, but it did take me a long time because I did get a bit bored just making oddly lined strips. Some people have found it really cathartic, really soothing knitting, just in doing the same easy knitting. But honestly, I didn't find it that way. I found it quite boring. But I love the result, so it was worth all the time and effort. So this is done, and you will see it popping up on my Instagram and when it gets released, and yeah, there will be a pattern out for it sometime. Lovely colours, eh? I love it, and I love that it is done because now I can go back to knitting on my Stella quilt blanket that I started a year ago, maybe. Yeah, probably 18 months ago, maybe, and have got very little progress on. So I will go back to that blanket now that I have not got that one on the needles. Really wanted to cast on an Advent blanket project, but I just need to say no and save my minis for a wee while because I've just finished a mini skein project I don't need, and this mini skein project, I've already done 2 mini skein blankets this year. I don't need to cast on an Advent one just because it's December. Can I convince myself? I'm trying to convince myself. Anyway, other finished objects, you can see them over here, is my November socks. This is my November sock club from Mama Willing. If you've been here before, you know that I have been subscribed to her sock club all year, and she sends out a sock set. It does come with a mini, but I totally got carried away and forgot to use it in these socks. this sock set was called, I can put in a photo of the skein with the mini. It was called Spring Showers and Flowers. And so obviously this is the flowers, and then there's this beautiful blue, that's the showers. So along that line I did a picot rather than a rib, picot cast on, and then I did these little eyelets to be kind of like flowers. They look more obvious when they're on a foot, on a leg. But yeah, just another little pair of shorty socks. I obviously do have two. I have actually already worn them, so they're already looking a little bit less than brand new. But that's fine. I make lots of socks and I make them to wear them, so that's no issue. So those are my November socks. And then my other finished object, I've got two more, just little things, and these are gift knits. I mentioned these in my last episode that I was making teachers gifts for my kids' school teachers. So I finished the little shawlette that was a UFO that I found hiding away, and decided to finish as one of the gifts. So this is Malabarigo Rios, this beautiful variegated colour, and then this colour on the end is Skeins Nomad. It's a Polworth and Camel blend. That was a limited edition that they did, and sorry, it needs a block still, so it's rolling a little bit on the edge, but this is just a little, I found this in my stash and I had finished it. I got up to where there was the end of the Malbarigo, and it's just a bit too small to be useful, and so I was like, I knew I needed to add something else, and I knew I would add this camel, but I hadn't done it. So I found, and I have a shirt that's in this exact combo, and this was the leftovers, so it just wasn't inspiring to work on because I just knit the top in it. Anyway, this is just a little shawlette, little scarfy thing for a teacher gift, and I think it's just long enough now that you can wear it kind of bandana style. Yeah, so hopefully her teacher will like that. Hopefully this will stop rolling when I block it. I think it will. I'll pin it out. And it should grow a wee bit too because this is superwash. And the eyelet should open up a little bit more. So that's my first finished object, and one teacher gift down. Hooray. My last finished object is also a teacher gift, and this was an improvised one. I was going to make gloves, fingerless gloves for my daughter's male teacher, but then we spotted this idea and she decided she likes this a lot better. So this is a coffee cup, like a keep cup cuff. I've put it on a drink bottle just so I can show you it. Just this, it's a mock cable design. It's just twisted stitches actually, and I will just buy her teacher a keep cup that this can go around for his gift. So literally took me like, I don't know, an hour, just over an hour to knit. I used some Polworth yarn from Skeins that was a limited edition. It's just a natural undyed colour. Hopefully manly enough. She wanted to do a brown, not a black or anything like that. So yeah, that is another teacher gift finished. Well, finished I say, but I haven't sewn in the ends, but literally that'll take 2 minutes. So that's my other finished object. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's on my I'll make sure it's linked on my Ravelry project page. I think I've already put it up there. Vanilla chai keep cup cuff or something along those lines. That is all my finished objects for now. That's enough. Yeah, no, that's all I've got that I've actually finished. I've been working away on other things. I've been doing a lot of night shifts recently, and sometimes night shifts are quiet and you can actually take your knitting and do your knitting on your night shifts, but that is not what it has been like recently at work. It has been so busy, non-stop, and so and then I have to sleep all day to make up for being awake all night. And then the only time I'm awake is the late afternoon and evening, which is when all my family are around and I'm doing mum stuff, wife stuff, cooking dinner, all of that. So my knitting time has been quite small, to be honest, over the last couple of weeks. So not huge progress, but the blanket at least is done, so that's exciting. The other main whip that I have been working on is in this beautiful bag by Rainbows and Sprinkles. This was in their Mother's Day gift box, and this is my other test knit that I mentioned last podcast, which I can never quite remember the name of. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. That's so unhelpful. Oh, guys, I'm going to quickly pop it on try it on cord while I talk to you about it so that you can actually see what it's like. This is a Kailu vest by Stitches by Mercy, and it is a button down slip over vest tank top situation, designed to be more of a winter knit, you know, to layer a layering vest piece, but I am doing a summer version because it is summer here, and I've never once worn a slip over in my life, so I don't know if I would, but a summer top, a singlet top, a tank top, I wear these all the time. So my version is going to be like that. It is nearly done. It's really bright, and it's going to blow out even more, but honestly it is very bright. Here we go. This is where we were up to now that I'm not in the middle of the row. I am on the bottom rib, which I have done half a row of. Whoops, probably should have done that before I finished that row at least, but oh well. So it has this beautiful like garter ridge eyelet pattern across it. It is obviously knit flat because it is button up. Mine is quite cropped because I'm going to wear it as a tank top with a high-waisted skirt. I have one, a nice white denim long, it's actually quite long, midi length skirt that I plan to wear this with. And you can see there's quite a lot of give in the fabric. I really think it's gonna, when I block it, it's going to stretch quite a bit lengthways. So I'm just about to start the 6 rows of ribbing for the bottom, and then I need to do I-cord all the way around the armholes and the neckline. It is button up, but there's no specific buttonholes. You're instructed to use the first row of eyelets that runs down the front. Where is the front? As the buttonholes, which are definitely too big for the buttons I have chosen. But I think I'm going to sew mine shut. I think I mentioned this last time, but because I intend to wear it as a singlet top, as a tank top, with just a bra underneath, I obviously don't want it unbuttoning. So I've purchased these little tiny shell, like mother of pearl shell buttons, and I'm going to sew them on like they're buttons, but faux buttons. I'm going to sew it shut so that I'll still do the I-cords, and then position the buttons as they would be if I was doing it, but yeah, sew it shut. That's my intention. In saying this, I probably could have knit it in the round if I was going to do that, but I wanted to follow the test knit instructions, of course, and make sure that all the eyelets match up and all of this. So yeah, it's nearly done. It only needs, you know, a few more hours work, but it's getting close and I really love it. It's really bright, but it's so summery, and it just goes perfectly in this bag, don't you think? I was very tempted to switch over to a Christmas bag, but none of my Christmas project bags are this summery. And I'm like, it's summer, even if it is Christmas. I don't want a snowy bag, I want a summery bag, so I'm keeping it in this one. It's nearly done. So this should definitely be done by next podcast. I might even wear it for the next podcast. How cool would that be? And I did get my nails done in a matching colour, so, but I just broke one. Look at that. Ouch. That one's come right off. Are you going to focus, camera? Probably not with my face there. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, I've ripped this nail right off. And so, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to get them redone anyway before my scheduled appointment. So they will probably just be what they are. That's that whip. I have not worked on my Kurapikika top at all, I don't think, since the last time I podcast. I really don't know when the last time I picked this up is. Probably before I started that test knit. I'll give you a quick reminder. This is a knit I'm doing for the RebeccaAnneKnits that Lovely Day Knits is running, and I've done the top back panel. I picked up for the first front and then got into that test knit and needed to finish the blanket. So this one's been on pause. I am using two beautiful yarns, the Smoky Quartz colorway from Mama Wooling. This is her plush fingering base, and then the variegated is I can't remember what the colorway name is, but it's by Skein Yarn, who is an Australian hand dyer. Yeah, so that's coming up like that. I am actually going to Auckland this week, just overnight, for a full day conference, and I'm planning to take this project to work on during that time. So for my flights, my airport time, my downtime, hopefully while the speakers are speaking, I can also knit on it. I'll probably take a sock as well, just in case this is too complicated for me to do without thinking, but I'm planning on taking this project. This is in this cute little candy cane Christmas bag, which doesn't match the project at all, which kind of does rough me up because it was in a beautiful Mama Wooling bag that did match the project prior, but it's Christmas time, so I've put it in a Christmas bag. I cannot remember for the life. I don't know if I know who made this, but I was gifted it. No, did I buy it on a D-Stash page? I literally have no idea, and it has no tags. But this is a cute candy cane Christmas bag. Just a simple zip pouch, nothing fancy. So I haven't really worked on that, but hopefully it will have a lot more progress by next time you see me, because I will have finished my test knit tank top and I would have taken that away with me. Other whips, 2 more to go. I'm trying to be quick today because I've got lots to do. Other whips are another pair of socks, because I finished my November socks quite a few days ago, and I hadn't received my December yarn yet, so I cast on a pair of socks. These are going to be a gift for my best friend Helen's mum, and she picked this skein from my stash via photos, and this is a Prosper yarn sock yarn. And I finished the first sock bar kitchenering the toe and sewing in the ends. Just a vanilla sock with a shadow wrap heel, 20 rows for the cuff, and then 40 rows for the leg, heel, and 60 rows for the foot, and then a wedge toe, my normal kind of thing, but just with a slightly longer leg. And so that's the first one. Absolutely beautiful yarn. This is 80% merino, 20% nylon. Hand dyed by Prosper Yarn. Couldn't tell you what the colorway name is, sorry. I had the ball band somewhere, but it's not with me. And I've nearly finished the second sock, to be honest. Let's see, I'm through the heel and my marker says I'm halfway. No, I've done 40 out of 60 rows. I've got 20 more rows plus the toe to do on the foot, I think. Or am I half? Is it 30 rows? I don't know. I'm about halfway through the foot. Let's try measuring that. I think I have 10 rows plus the toe to go. So there we go. These will be a gift. Helen has made her mum socks before and her mum absolutely loves them, and Helen was intending to make her mum another pair, but Helen's not really knitting that much at the moment, so I said, hey, I knit up pairs of socks all the time and I have so many socks, why don't I knit her a pair? So hence these. I won't take this one to Auckland because it might well be done before I go to Auckland, but also I need a whole pair of socks. This has a little candy cane. I'm trying to bring out my Christmas stitch markers for December. Cute little candy cane there. This is in a little drawstring bag that I tried to print with this beautiful nativity motif last Christmas, but it only partially worked. It's like an iron-on transfer. And I have another copy of it, so I'm going to try again and iron it on to this side because I think that's really cute. Perfect little sock bag, and festive without being like in your face winter snowmen. Because as much as I love everything Christmas, and I put my tree up a couple of weeks ago, and we have lights outside and Christmas earrings every day. I'm not super into everything being snowy because I'm a southern hemisphere girly and we have bright sunshine and warm temperatures for summer. And yeah, so, and I'm a person of faith as well. So for me, Christmas is much more about my faith, about Christianity, about the birth of Jesus, than it is about Santa. So I love embracing the sides of Christmas trees and presents and nativity scenes, but not everything reindeers and snowmen and snowflakes. Even though I have got snowflake earrings, some of it I embrace. Candy canes, love those, you know, but I just don't need it to all be wintry. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, anyways, that's that project done, nearly done. The only other active thing on my needles is being cast on today, and this is the December Mystery Gnome by Imagine Landscapes, and this is called Grandad's Adventure. Grandad? They spell it weird with this. They spell it with the silent G, like gnome. Anyway, so if you are doing the Mystery Knit Along and you have not done Clue 1 yet, and you are watching this, turn me off for a wee bit. Look away. Because I have completed first Clue 1. It's very small. They're very small clues because it's only a gnome and you've got 24 days of clues. So I'll show you my colours to start with before I show you this beautiful project bag I got in my scrappy advent swap from last year, from the lovely Bernadette in Australia. And look, it's covered in all Christmassy Australian native birds. So you got the kookaburra and you got the magpie and you got all sorts on here. It's really cool. I don't know the names of all of them. You know, the cockatoo. Beautiful, eh? Anyway, these are my 4 colours. Now, even though this is last Christmas they did Nana, and so she was supposed to be female, and this one is supposed to be Grandad, so it's supposed to be male. But honestly, all the gnomes kind of look male to some extent, and I just want to knit with pink and purple, and so why would I make it like drab green? It's just not me. And it's supposed to be fun, and they say knit with whatever colours bring you joy. So I'm doing a pinky purple gnome, regardless of its gender. Colours aren't gendered anyway, right? You can do what you like. So this deep purple is my main colour, colour 1. Then this, they're in the wrong order, but this pale mauvey one is colour 2, white for the beard and hands and face. And then this deep berry kind of pink is my other accent colour. And my daughter helped me hand wind these little mini skeins up into balls this morning because I thought that was fun, and I couldn't be bothered getting out my Swift and my ball winder. So we just popped them over our knees while we sat cross-legged on the couch and wound them up. It was lovely. Well, I had a morning coffee. Okay, so here's Clue 1. If you haven't seen it yet, well, if you're knitting it and you haven't started yet, it doesn't look like anything yet, but here it is. So I've no idea if this is the top of the gnome, if this is the bottom of the gnome. No clues, but I've used colour 1 and colour 2. And got some garter stitch with some decreases into some stockinette stitch, and that is it. That is the end of the instructions for today. Like half an hour's worth of knitting, which is really infuriating when you just want to keep going. But that's what a mystery knit along is about, and I haven't participated in any of the mystery shawl knit alongs this year, so it's really fun to be doing this, and it's fun to have a little gnome. And the colours will kind of tone in with the colours that I did my mystery mushroom gnome earlier in the year, so that's part of why I wanted to do pinky purple, so that I kind of have a gnome family that kind of are all cohesive, so that when I display them they all look nice together. Anywho, that's the start of that. So that's my only other whip. This is my only advent knit that I am actually planning to try and keep up with, because I have lots of projects on my needles, and I don't want to cast on another blanket instantly, because I actually want to finish my Stella quilt blanket. If I cast one on, it'll be a crochet blanket because I don't want to do another knit blanket right now because I have the Stella Quilt blanket, which is a knit blanket. And I'm undecided what I really want to do. So I'm just not going to pressure myself into starting something. I'm going to finish the things that I love that are on my needles. I still have that pressed flowers cardigan that I've been working on since July as well. That is still needs a lot of work to be finished, and I love it, but I haven't got back to it. And a beautiful another shawl on my needles, the Andrew Mallory one, shifty one, night shift shawl that I'm knitting in Skeins Pulse. Like, I have lots of projects that have been on hibernation that I'd really like to get back to. So I'm not casting on a big project just for the sake of an Advent knit. I'm doing this Advent knit, some December socks, and all my other whips. So that's the plan. So that I'm really enjoying it so far. The tiny part that I have done. I think that is, oh, and other whips, teacher gifts, finishing off the teacher gifts. This is a bit convoluted, sorry. Did I show these last time? I can't even remember if I showed what I had started for the teacher gifts, but anyway, I'll show them quickly in case I didn't. These are for one teacher. These are the Tangled Web Mitts by Athelia Handmade. Is that what she's called? Anyway, they're on my Ravelry page. So I've completed the first one of these. This is knit in Skeins Highland Heathers and mohair. And that's for one teacher, and for the other teacher I have done the Cloudburst mitts. Oops, wrong way up, wrong hand. These ones have lace, so you've got to put it on the right way. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, Cloudburst mitts, and these are a fingering weight one, whereas the others are DK. And this I've knit up with 2 strands from cones that I have in my stash that are kind of like merino, alpaca, possum blends. I think there's a little bit of cashmere in one of them. Kind of quite yeah, blends of yarns, and these are for another teacher. So those are the only gift knits that I'm actually doing. The socks and then the 4 teachers. So I've got 1 more glove each to do with these. I've done the coffee cuff and I've done the shawl, so just 1 more glove each. I really should get onto that. We have 2 weeks left of school. But literally I could do this one in a day. And this one being fingering weight probably would take me 2 or 3 days. So I figure I'm going to work on my tank top this week, my 2 tank tops, and try and get 1 finished and 1 majorly progressed, at least to join in the round, is my goal for my tank tops this week. And then I will prioritize these 2 gloves at the start of next week when I am home, not traveling, and then they will be done, and then I can go back to the tank tops. Yeah, that's those. These are in my only other Christmas bag. I don't have a lot of Christmas bags, to be completely honest. I'll just put my little badge back on the right spot. It's lost its backing. I need to find its little press back. Anyway, this is, oh, the wrong way. A cute little Christmas bag that I brought on a D-stash. Again, one that I didn't want to be. It is a little bit wintry, but it's not Santas and reindeers and snowmen. And it says hope and peace and Christmas greetings. Beautiful little houses and holly and berries. And I've put these little beautiful little Christmas brooches on the bottom there, little pins. It's just a little drawstring bag. This is made by Auntie Nana. No idea who that is. I brought it, like I said, I brought it on a D-stash. But really nice little Christmas bag that isn't too glaringly Christmas. Right. Has anyone got any recommendations for good Christmas project bags? Because I am a project bag girly and I do not have many. So definitely need to sort that out in my life. Get some more before next year. That is all my whips. That is all my finished objects. That is what I am wearing. I don't have any more planned projects. Like I said, I want to get back to more whips that have been in hibernation, so I'm not planning on casting on anything new unless I get into one of the Crab test knits that I signed up for, because she put out like a million test knits this last weekend. So I did put my name forward for 2 of them. One I've been waiting to put my name forward for. It is the Lanark sweater, which is a quarter zip half fisherman's rib sweater that she released a couple of years ago, and she's coming out with a stockinette version of that. And I would really like to make one of those for my husband. I have a giant cone of black wool possum blend that I got from Wool Yarns, and I would like to make him a quarter zip stockinette sweater in black. So I signed up for the test knit. I don't know if I've got in yet for that, so I may cast that on if I actually get into that one. The other one that I signed up for is I can't remember what she's calling it, but it's an Argyle sweater. She's doing a cardigan, a vest, and a sweater, and I signed up for the sweater version. And it's like color work with Argyle, 2 Argyle motif bands across, because I live on a street named Argyle Grove. And I thought, how fitting to make an Argyle sweater. I have to do it at some point. If I don't get into the test knit, I will definitely make it once it's released, because that's just too cool not to do. I don't particularly like doing colour work on socks. I don't really love the small circumference colour work, so I haven't really been tempted to do Argyle socks. But an Argyle sweater, yes please. So I signed up for those 2 test knits, so we'll find out eventually whether I got into any of those. So if I did, I would cast those on with yarn from Stash. If I don't, I'm not starting anything else new right now, because I already started all these singlet tops, and that's fine for now. I will show you a couple of acquisitions that I got because they're Christmassy, and then I'll leave it there for today. Apart from the giveaway, we have to do that too. So this is my Christmas, my December yarn from Mama Woolly. This arrived just yesterday. I haven't skeined it up yet because I think I'll finish those blue socks first. I'll probably skein this one up to take to Auckland. I'm thinking I might make skimmer socks, because it would be nice to have some more summery socks, you know, like not as woolly. I wear Crocs to work at the hospital, and so I'm thinking like some more pairs of skimmer socks would be quite good to wear in my Crocs, so it's not too hot for the summer. But I actually just love wearing wool socks. Anywho, this one is called Wreath, and I don't know if that's going to focus. Not sure. Beautiful colours, aren't they? Really pretty, really Christmassy without being like blah. So that's totally up my alley. I may even replace the green with, if I've got like a red winey kind of mini somewhere in my stash, this purpley colour maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I love it anyway, it's beautiful. Then I got my Fibre Club from Handmaiden. Why did that leave my head for a second? Beautiful Amy from Handmaiden. This is the Fibre Club that I've been in. It's been on Birth Flowers this year, and this is the final one for December. And this is Holly and I can't even pronounce that. Anyway, it's based on flowers, and it is 100% Corriedale this month. So that's lovely, isn't it? So fun, kind of festive without really being festive. Very pretty fibre, lovely and soft. And then I did pick up this from Amy as well because I couldn't resist. She released these gobstoppable. She does this beautiful self-strapping gobstoppers, which I showed you one last time that I bought the pink one, and this one is one of her Christmas colorways, and it's on Silver Sparkle stock, which is 75% merino, 15 nylon, 10 stellina, and a gobstoppable, and it's kind of like based on this beautiful little sweater stitch marker that came along with it, but it's not red and green, it's pink and teal and green. So I'm in love with that, so I purchased this. I'm not actually intending to sign up for a monthly sock club for 2026. I'm I'm going to stay in Amy's fiber club because I'm absolutely loving receiving the fiber, and she has it's such good value, her fiber club, for what you get. And she sends all sorts of different bases, which I really love because I get to experience spinning different fibers. But she sells these, she makes these beautiful, so many stunning colorways of these gobstopper balls, or of self-striping sock yarns. And I haven't done a lot of self-striping at all yet, so I thought she's agreed that I can purchase from her store and add on one of these any month I feel like it, and she'll include it within the shipping of the fiber club. So that's kind of my intention for this year. Maybe I'll do it every second month or every month, depending on what I'm knitting and how my budget is looking, to add some gobstopper balls or some self-striping yarns, even if it's in a skein, to knit up as socks in 2026. So that's very exciting. So I may cast that one on. Actually, I may cast that one on for the plain because it's already in ball. Or maybe the pink ones. Decisions. But I do have to make the mama wooling ones because this is the last month and I've not let myself down yet on finishing a pair of socks from my mama wooling sock club within the month. So I do have to do that. So I probably should prioritize that, I should. Will I? I don't know. There's plenty of time in December. I'm not actually having time off through Christmas this year. I'm working through, but it is school holidays, so I will have some days off because I have to care for my children. And again, I just work 4 days a week, so there's definitely going to be some knitting time amongst there, and I'm looking forward to enjoying all the festivities and the Advent knitting and the vlogmases on YouTube and the Advent, opening up my mini skein Advents, and which, by the way, so amazing already. Like how, I mean, it's only day 2, but I just, the vibes from my scrappy one with Rachel are just amazing. And Mama Willings never disappoints, like so pretty. Yeah, absolutely in love already, and it's only day 2, so no doubt there will be stunning projects made from that yarn in 2026. But right now we are just going to enjoy opening them. We'll work on all the things that are still on my needles, and which I'm really excited about. Like, I'm really excited to wear those tank tops once they're done, and I'm really excited to knit my final pair of Mama Wooling socks for the year, and I'm really excited to get back to my pressed flowers cardigan. So yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have, I hope you come back again. Please push subscribe if you would be interested in seeing more of my videos and hearing me ramble about my knitting. Yeah, catch me on Instagram daily if you want to see a little update on my advents. And hopefully, oh, hold on, I'm doing this wrap up and I haven't done the giveaway. It is my, like I mentioned, my 2-year YouTube channel anniversary. I've been pretty here, there and everywhere with this YouTube channel, sometimes posting quite regularly and sometimes not, but it has been exactly 2 years since I first started. So I would like to give away a little gift, 2 gifts to be exact, mini skein sets, and which is very big because, you know, I love a mini skein, as you can tell, and I love pink and blue. These are my 2 favorite colors. So these are custom colorways from Dreamfire Artesian Yarns, and I have a pink fade. It's a very subtle fade, and a slightly more obvious blue fade. And each of these mini skeins are 25 grams, so this is 100 grams total, each of these, and they are 100% merino. So, all one of a kind. These were custom coloured, custom dyed for me when I had a mini skein subscription with Dreamfire, and these ones haven't been used yet. And when I got them, I just thought, oh, these would make perfect prizes. So I've just kind of had them snuck away waiting for this occasion. So if you would like to be in to win one of these 2 little prizes for my 2nd year podcast anniversary, please leave me a comment below. Please like this video and comment below, what are you knitting on this December? Easy question. Just tell me what project is on your needles. I would love to hear what you are knitting on throughout this Christmas period, whether you're Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, you're knitting summer tops or winter woolies, or whether you're doing gift knits or whether you're doing stuff just for yourself because you are. And as you can tell, I do a lot of stuff for myself, and I do some gift knits thrown in there occasionally. So let me know what you are working on, and then my next episode, whenever that happens to be in December, I will draw a random winner and I will send these out to you. Yeah, cute, hey. I'll probably try and find a few little extra bits to put in there with them, but these are the main prize. So there will be 2 winners, and so let me know in the comments below what you're working on, and I will see you next time, whenever that is. Happy knitting, everyone. Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate. Enjoy the Advent season, enjoy the festivities and the holidays and the sunny or snowy weather, whichever you have. I hope that you have a lovely few weeks and that I will be able to join you again soon for some more chat about some more knitting. Thanks, everyone. Ka kite.